F it. We'll go live. Hello, everyone. I was gonna wait like the full 5 minutes and then I didn't. Hopefully the microphone's working. I've been adjusting things lately. I've been adjusting a lot of things lately, so I still haven't changed up cameras, but hello, welcome. God, this is a impromptu little live chat because I didn't really feel like picking apart every little 50-some inbox message of Twitter today. I just wanted to pick out a few of the top ones. It's working. Awesome. Awesome. Hello, everybody. Oh, Lord. Hopefully you guys are familiar with some of the Twitter battles we get into online here. Man, last night was a doozy. It was a bit of a trip. So, oh, how's my pop filter? This is what I mean by I always have to adjust something. So much amazing. There's a lot of amazing. God, last night I had to get into it. I had to call out some crazy person. They were talking shit about Midnight's Edge and John Talks Star Wars, and as you guys know, I do watch both of those channels, and I it's like you don't get to go around saying shit about people with nothing to back it up, you know? Like that was kind of my biggest annoyance with that last night is they're like, oh yes, they called out for Lucasfilm to be burned to the ground. I'm like, what? Are you fucking high? What is wrong with you? So I ended up having to like, I was trying my best not to be a bitch to this person. What was her name? I think I went ahead and gave her a follow. She probably blocked me. Who'd I? Oh man, I gave her a follow because sometimes you like to, or at least I like to observe the type of crazy that's out there, I guess. So her name is Morgan something. Morgan, this is not normal. OMG, WTF. Her Twitter handle is, I think it's a woman. I'm pretty sure it's a woman because there's like a picture on her page. I could probably pull it up. Hello, John Hyros. Hello, everyone. I could probably pull it up over here for you guys. This woman, don't attack her personally. Ever attack anybody personally on Twitter. But holy crap, this woman just going after Midnight's Edge like they did something wrong. And John Talks Star Wars. John Talks Star Wars is like the most level-headed of the anti-Star Wars channels that I've seen. Midnight's Edge are entertainment news. They don't go after anything. They do their research. They know their shit. They don't. It just pissed me off. Truth or dare? Truth, I suppose. Also, yeah, this woman has, this is the one who's like, I'm assuming it's a woman. Please think twice before sitting in front of your TV in your underwear. Some of us have to live in here. Oh, okay. So you're a blip TV person. You're like a fake YouTuber, whatever you are. I don't have a Twitter anymore. It's just too much negativity and hypocrisy. I kind of enjoy it, though. I really kind of enjoy the negativity sometimes. In sort of like a watching a train wreck sort of way. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I kind of enjoy pissing people off sometimes. Depending on the person, so. Oh, it's just crazy. I don't know. Hello, Odin's Movie Blog. Yeah, if you guys don't already watch Odin's Movie Blog, click his name in the description here and go subscribe to his channel. He does a lot of live chats in the evenings. Is my hair red? No, this is actually navy blue and purple. Should enjoy that too, but after 7 years of it, I couldn't take it anymore. See, I think that's for me that I'm like new to it. I've never used social media until maybe like 6 or 7 months ago. I mean, I think I used it once or twice for YouTube stuff, but I'm not a huge social media person. Pissing people off is so much fun. Sometimes it is. It does when like you just can't argue with these people. I use the term. Holy crap! Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I fixed the thing. I fixed my Bill and Ted. It doesn't come up twice. And thank you for the high five, monkey high five. It's £2. I should say pounds instead of dollars. It's a different thing. But yeah, so sometimes like you can't fight stupid with anything other than a joke on these people. But yeah, I use the term social justice warrior, and she's like, oh, automatically argument's over. You use social justice warrior, and that's kind of like me. Once somebody personally insults me on Twitter, then I know the argument's over and I won't even listen to them. But monies are always very, very much welcome. Money is not a thing we have right now, so. Oh yeah, I originally joined Twitter in 2009, NJD SS Forces. I think it adds up over time. It wears me down. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And it's definitely, like, I was just hearing Jeremy today on Geeks and Gamers talk about maybe taking a break from social media on his video, because it's such a, we live in a day and age where people can say whatever they want, and they can do whatever they want without any consequence because of social media. Like, the worst consequence they have is getting their account banned or something, or if they actually threaten people or actually say something that's actually considered, you know, whatever, illegal, then they could have some repercussions from that. But you can't call her a social justice advocate. I know. Well, and Seraph, if you guys know Seraph from the channel, he put out on Twitter today that yes, there's a difference between a social justice warrior and a social justice advocate. A social justice advocate is somebody who actually does something about it, and a social justice warrior just complains and bitches and pisses and moans just for the dopamine rush that they get by thinking they did good, by getting the likes from their peers. And for me, my dopamine rush is coming from making like a joke about it, or I have a weird sense of humor. I'm a failed comedian myself, so this is why I kind of make jokes about things and I riff on things and I do that type of stuff. But I think that the big difference, Odin's Movie Blog says, the big difference though is that racist and sexist are the terms used by SJWs that have a lot of meaning to them, while SJW itself is really not an offensive term. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like having a racial slur against, you know, like a white person. We don't really get so offended by it as, you know, a racial slur against another ethnic group. So it's all like this weird double standard too. I think what ruined Twitter for me is how biased and one-sided the people who run Twitter are. They are a bit biased and one-sided. Yeah, I've like actually reported, I've actually reported a lot of what I view as actual racism and sexism, and I've reported the president a few times because, you know, it's like, dude, you're threatening people on here. I don't care if, you know, people elected you. I try not to get political, though. I really try not to get political, but yeah, I have reported and blocked the president. And that's just my own personal, like, I don't want to judge anybody for who they voted on or why they voted on what, but the logic is backwards. Yeah, a lot of the logic is backwards over on Twitter. That's one of the big things I really can't. I dare you to make me a mod. I don't really need it, Pekka Gamer. I really don't need a moderator. I'm like reading back the chat that I missed. I think $100 super chats are automatic moderators, so I think that is kind of the level we're at. Hello, Sin City Eek, what's up today? Oh, we're talking about Twitter. Like I was pissed. You don't go after the Midnight's Edge guys. You don't go after John Talks Star Wars. You know, and I even called this woman on it. Like, show me proof. She's like, oh, I told you 3 times it's hyperbole. Yeah, you can tell me it's hyperbole or something, but you still are using the terminology. You're using the verbiage of people are calling for Lucasfilm to be burned. Show me where that happened. Show me where that happened. I'm sure somebody on a super chat somewhere or in a comment section has said it, and I'm sure a streamer or YouTuber has read it. But if you for 1 minute think that that's an actual serious thing that people are actually going to do, then you're high as a kite. You know? So this Morgan person from The Wire or whatever. And that's the type of people I really can't deal with. You missed it. It was last night. I was kind of battling all night long last night, in the middle of the night with people. Twitter got banned. Trump got banned on Twitter temporarily. Yes, he did. I know you guys are talking amongst yourself. I think Trump did get banned. Like, somebody's last day on Twitter deleted his account. I don't know. It's just we're kind of in the Wild West socially again. We've sort of regressed to this lawless anything goes sort of thing, and because everybody has the internet with a webcam or even a cell phone that they can just live stream from, we're kind of at this point where it's really fascinating how media and how entertainment has changed. How I watch far more YouTubers who live stream than I watch movies and TV. I just don't care about TV and movies anymore. They have all this nonsense, and, you know, I'm supposed to have escapism, you know, in my life to deal with this stuff. But it's crazy. Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey says Lucasfilm does need to burn All Coffee's The Last Jedi and make a proper episode 8. Yeah. They could have done so much to make the fans squee, you know? They could have done so much fan service. They could have let Leia die because, oh my god, I saw Princess Leia on screen on Last Jedi and I got teary because I knew Carrie Fisher had passed. And I was like teary seeing her on screen. I would have been crying had they just had... Imagine this for a story arc with Kylo, right? He almost shoots Princess Leia. They come, they shoot... the TIE fighters come and they shoot the ship, blow her out the airlock, and she actually dies. And then Kylo's left with this conflict of, oh my god, you killed my mother. The one thing that could probably save me from the dark side. Or one of the things that could save me from the dark side. So he goes full evil then. I mean, he's already kind of full evil, but it could be such an amazing character arc. Or it could be an amazing character arc to see the error of his ways had she died, you know? But I was gonna watch your newest vid, but I saw you were live. Thanks for the retweet earlier. Oh, no problem. I like to retweet stuff that's funny and entertaining to me, but I'm not very influential. Like the 5,000 subscribers is kind of from the gaming, and I'm sure as soon as a lot of people kind of realize that I've switched my format, they'll probably unsub. So I kind of treat it as maybe I've got about 1,000 active subs to get maybe like 200 views a video. So that's kind of how I see. A lot of people think I'm like more famous on YouTube than I am, but I mean I appreciate everybody who does want to show up, but you know when the views aren't there for one thing and the passion isn't there for one thing, that's why I kind of had to switch to vlog style stuff. But that's what I thought happened when I watched the movie. Yeah, exactly. Then Leia came back to life and it killed my throat. Yeah, that was a real what the crap moment. Like, really? I mean, it's as a Leia fan, I would have loved to seen her use Force powers. Except in this instance, because this instance is so ridiculous. You know, it would have been something... We already knew she could feel the Force. We already knew she could feel, you know, like when well... We knew she could feel when Luke was in trouble. We knew all this stuff about Leia. We knew she had some Force sensitivity, but man, I would have loved to have seen it in another way and not flying Mary Poppins, y'all, Leia. Where's Yokai Watch? I don't know. That they stopped showing up a month after that game came out, so Leia Poppins is the worst, yes. You like it that came from Superman Leia as the shooting stars memes. Yes, the meme. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the background entertainment at work. Well, hey, thank you so much for being here. Subscribe to the Nerdrotic channel if you guys want reviews of shows that are currently airing. They talk about shows, they talk about books, they talk about The Expanse. They're a really good chat community over there. So if you guys do want reviews of actual stuff and not just a crazy person rambling, me, go subscribe over to Nerdrotic. Don't worry about the misspelling. I got you. I got it. I always misspell things if I'm typing like from the side, because my keyboard is the way my computer is. I have my mouse in front of me and my keyboard to the side, and then my tablet here, and I'm usually typing between the keyboard and the tablet between two different chats of things too. Sad that the Guardians of the Galaxy accidentally makes fun of The Last Jedi. Well, that came out first. The Guardians of the Galaxy, and that was actually really good. Like I wasn't a huge fan of the first movie. The second movie really got me with the whole Yondu. I'm saying his name wrong. Yondu and Star-Lord sort of. It's like, well, you have a family, you have a father. It's this guy. He didn't let you die. He's there for you. So that's one of the things that I really liked about Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but. But yeah, there's just so many cool stuff on these, just to do Hangout chats. I think this is a lot more fun for me than playing a video game that I'm slogging away through, you know? And I hate being like that YouTuber that kind of changes their format, but the YouTube sort of algorithms and their monetization changes really kind of made it so you can't start a new channel. It was a lot easier for me to possibly piss off old fans that really haven't watched anything in over a year anyway. or just starting a new channel and not being monetized and all that. It's like when people go after Mundane Matt. I've noticed. Like I think your average viewer might not know how kind of YouTubers have it. So when I see somebody like Mundane Matt, I see, okay, he's really taking a hit probably from the algorithm. He's taking a hit from the viewing audience. He's taking hits from people calling him a shill and this and that. And like going back and watching some of his older stuff, that's what I'm seeing there. As somebody who's gone through a lot of the YouTube bullshit, I can kind of sympathize, but this is behind you, the second shelf from the bottom behind your guitar. What is that set? Behind my guitar, that's Stargate. Right here, this is the Stargate SG-1 sets. That's the first 8 seasons, and then they changed it on 9 and 10, and then you got Atlantis, and then you got TOS. And then, of course, The Simpsons under the Porg. I think behind the guitar directly is probably Voyager and DS9. My name Matt gets verbal abuse everybody. I think he does. Gunn has always been kind of weird. I like the G&G of movies, but I currently don't like James Gunn. See, I don't even know. This is a big brain fart moment for me. Every time people would say James Gunn, my brain automatically goes to Peter Gunn. And then my brain takes a little detour to Peter Gunn's Gun, which is a Monkey song. So my brain automatically goes, what do people have against Peter Gunn? It's a funny enough song. Slither is the best movie. Did I see Slither? Slither's the one with what? Natasha Henstridge is like a tentacle monster banging guys? Is that the one I'm thinking of? No, that's Species. What's Slither? Because Slither is not Sliver. Sliver was like Billy Baldwin spying on people and Sharon Stone in a tub, right? This is me like not knowing movies anymore, I think. You got everything. I'll be coming over to spend the night watching your collection. I have weird stuff. I have weird collectibles. The more obscure, the better. I mean, I do have the Batman set that I have not opened because I can't bring myself to it. I would love to have the Dark Shadows box set. A certain masked supervillain has that I'm totally going to steal from him if I ever get the chance. I probably won't. I would love to have the Laugh-In box set as another one. Like I just can't justify paying $200 some for a Laugh-In box set. You get a kick out of the response to Billy D. Williams being confirmed for episode 9. Everyone assumes Lando is gonna die since it's become the tradition now to kill an OT character in every movie. Yes. Oh my god. I don't even want to see. I don't want to see what they're gonna do to Lando. They already ruined the Millennium Falcon. That's gonna be probably a video I make at some point where I think they ruined the Millennium Falcon anyway by shoving social justice warrior bot 5000 in its butt. Like I don't like that. Mojave says I'll be a bit late to tonight's hangout, but wishing all the best. Allen's and Les Blues. But thank you for being here. I'll let people know that you're going to be there. Hopefully it'll go long tonight. Hopefully it'll go long. He's talking about Doomcock's Patreon. Hopefully it'll go pretty late tonight. Slither has Nathan Fillion in it. I haven't seen that then. Okay. Alonso. You guys say cool stuff in chat. I'm trying to keep up with like the conversations. I'm glad that it doesn't scroll and fly so fast that I can't like read it. But I mean, hopefully I'll get to that at some point, because then that means like the channel's doing well and people want to hear what I have to say and talk to me and stuff. Watch the Millennium Flamingo start talking when Lando returns. Oh god. You know he's gonna have some touching moment where he touches the Falcon, and be like, oh, there's my girl, I missed you. And it's gonna be so cringy, and I'm just gonna throw up in my soup or something. It's just bad. It's just gonna be bad. Lana's robo-girlfriend is in the Falcon, so I'm assuming he'll have sex with it in episode. Yeah. I mean, you know they're gonna do something stupid like that. You know they're gonna do something like they're already shipping Kylo and Rey so much, and I just don't care. I don't care about teenagers' relationships. I don't care about grown-up relationships sometimes. Like, it's bad. It's gonna be so. I think it's gonna be bad. I've not seen Solo, waiting to see it for free. Yeah, watch it for free. It's not as bad as The Last Jedi, but it's not as good as The Last Jedi in a lot of ways. It's very my opinion on Solo was it is very much the it really feels like a direct to video sequel. There's not a lot interesting happening. It's very poorly lit. The cinematography is kind of garbage in a lot of places, and they shove those dice in every shot they can think of. And I did a video on the dice, how I think that the dice are super disrespectful to Princess Leia. Because basically, it's like, oh, here's Han's dice that his ex-girlfriend hung on to for 3 years. Thanks. I don't want my baby daddy's girlfriend's thing that reminds him of her. Like, screw that. It would have been so much better to have him win the ship with the dice, which they didn't do, which they totally should have done because, you know, expanded universe. But whatever. What do I know? What do I know? I just like things that make sense sometimes. At least we have Game of Thrones in 2019. Yeah, hopefully we'll have some Game of Thrones coming. I'm 2 seasons behind, but I kind of know some of it, what that happens, but I don't know. Free still cost you a couple of hours of your life. So I'm not sure it's worth it. Yes, free will still cost you a couple hours of your life. It's a tough sit. It's a tough sit. There's a lot of stupid pandering references. There's a lot of thermal detonator name drops, and it's just bad. Rey and Kylo bang, and land the flamingo bang, Chewie and a porg bang. Yeah. Possibly. Yeah, that's probably what it is. See, they had to like bring sexual identity politics into a kids movie, and that's really disappointing to me. You don't. I've said it before. Like, I don't care who you sleep with. I don't care what your gender is. The only time I need to know your gender if I'm in bed with you and I need to know whether to suck or lick. You know, that's the only reason I need to know your gender. I don't need to know who you sleep with otherwise, unless I'm personally in bed with you. I don't need to know any of this stuff. I don't want to think about it. You know, like thinking about. Seriously, they're thinking about, like, oh, Lando's pansexual now. That just kind of puts a whole new sexuality to him, where he would have normally just been like a ladies' man or a Jack Harkness. You know, we could find our own subtext. You don't need to like come out and say it. We can find our own subtext in these things. But once you get too much information, then you start to think about, well, gee, I grew up with these characters, and now I'm thinking about, you know, what Han and Leia's sex life are, and I don't need to know Uncle Han and Aunt Leia's sex life are like. I don't need to know that, you know, he likes her to put his finger up his ass. I don't need to know those things. I know, too much information, but that's exactly how it feels to me. So I guess. But the dice represent a ball sack. They could. I don't care what you put where, just don't shove it in my face. Exactly. I don't need to know it. I don't need to know it. Like, it's not my business. Is the rumor that Rey and Kylo bang between movies and Rey has Kylo's kid? Yes. I'm thinking it might be like a Force baby. I'm thinking it's going to be something stupid. They're going to bring back the Force baby. They're going to try and justify episode 1, which was kind of a train wreck. But in my opinion, I think episode 1's probably the most watchable for me. In retrospect, which is kind of sad, just because it doesn't have so many slow scenes. And there's parts of Revenge of the Sith that are really good too, I guess, but, oh, man. We've had the Rian Johnson vilifying Gamergate and Comicsgate. I don't know enough about Gamergate. I think I was offline. I think I was out of the internet loop when Gamergate was going on. Rian Johnson is a very immature man who cannot take criticism. Rian Johnson needs to know when to mute certain things on Twitter, when to block certain things on Twitter. You can go in and just mute keywords and phrases. You can mute anything Last Jedi related, but I think he's so fragile that he needs to hear the positive feedback and can't hear any of the negative. So he can't just leave it as I made a thing and I got a paycheck. He's I think he's too personally attached. My wife likes your hair. How do you make it so shiny? I don't overwash it. I use a flat iron, and that's about it. Also, good conditioners. Get deep repair conditioners. And thank you. Thank her. I like this color. It's odd. It's very punk rock. I'm still kind of old school punk rock. I know people are like, you look like an SJW because you have red hair and glasses. Yeah, they stole that from us. They think they can go fuck themselves. They stole the punk rock look. So did anime. Damn it, no. I think anime probably had it first, but... Okay, what if it's a Force baby and it turns out to be Snoke, his past his consciousness, and that's how Darth Plagueis discovered immortality. Ooh! Discovered immortality. That'd be cool. I thought SJWs had blue hair. Yeah, some of them do. Well, stupid Anita Sarkeesian has, like, the little red streaks underneath for some reason. It's like, dude, you do not need bright red hair unless you are in a gothic metal band or something. or YouTube. No. To be honest, I would love to be in a gothic metal band, but... As long as the Force baby kills everyone, I'll accept it. Wouldn't it be great if the Force baby was like the baby in Dead Alive that the dead priest and the dead nurse had? The little zombie dead baby from Dead Alive. That's one of my favorite movies of all time, by the way. Yes, and shave the side of the head. You're playing Roblox right now, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't wish Roblox on anybody. I have no idea what one would do in Roblox. People have like said, "Oh, you should play Roblox." Like, to me, Roblox is like handing me a pile of Legos and saying, "Build something with it." Okay, where are the instructions? Oh, you just go. You just make your own fun. So like jazz, I can just make my own music. The Force baby is an undead Ewok. Yeah. Man, if they brought back Ewoks, I'm not gonna lie, I would probably go see it just because I like Ewoks. Because damn it, I'm one of those people. I was a girl in the 80s. I was a little girl watching these things. I thought Ewoks were adorable. I absolutely love Ewoks. I think the Porgs are adorable too, which is why I have a couple. But I should have more than a couple. I have Porgs on pens. I have Porgs on wallets. I have Porgs. Yeah, Star Wars, the Porg vibrator. I don't have that, but if they had one, I probably would. Star Wars Episode 9, Revenge of Wicket. See, that would be okay. If the Ewoks came and, like, just killed Kylo with sticks, I would probably laugh. I would probably really laugh, because that would be hilarious. You've got these really cute killer teddy bears, right? The Ewoks represent the rebels thematically. Yeah, I like the Ewoks, though. They're really cute. We get the Ewok riding the back of a flying Porg. Well, the Porgs are like chicken-sized, I guess. I have seen the Chewbacca, what is it? Chewbacca Kentucky Fried Porg, or was it... It wasn't Kentucky Fried Porg. It was something. I've seen that picture going around. Search your feelings, you know Ewoks will be in 9. I hope so. I mean, we already had them blow up another Death Star, and they're gonna probably have to blow up another Death Star, because, you know, it's JJ and he can't be original. He's gotta do the callbacks. So I'm expecting them to blow up another Death Star. I'm expecting Ewoks to be something important. Like they're gonna have to go to Endor for something, because they're gonna build it around Endor again or something. Porgs and Ewoks and Jawas. The First Order. Cute shenanigans win the day. Yes. Maybe a Chief Wicket in Episode 9. Yeah, that'd be good. I mean, they did so much stupid crap in Episode 8. You don't kill Akbar off screen. You don't... Oh, man. There's what they could do. They could bring back Therm Scissor Punch. They could be like, in Therm Scissor Punch, Darth Scissor Punch. That'd be cool. Therm Scissor Punch lives because his species are like super old or something. They're like Wookiees. The lobster men. I don't know what his species is. Lando will die destroying the 4th Death Star. Yeah, well, we know Lando's probably gonna die. We know... Okay, hopefully they don't make Lando the father of Finn. I think that would be kind of dumb. Therm Scissor Punch was in the Han Solo movie. Let me see if I can find a picture of him to pull up. Not on Twitter. It was so funny because they released these trading cards for Denny's. And yeah, where's my there we go. Therm Scissor Punch. This guy. He's actually a real character. Oh, somebody has a Twitter handle now at Scissor Punch. FakingStarWars.net has an article about him, apparently. Man, see, like, Third Scissor Punch is kind of amusing as crap. I don't know. But yeah, they had these trading cards at Denny's, and one of them was Enfy's Nest, one of them was Therm Scissor Punch, one of them was Moloch, or whatever his name is. You had the Range Trooper, you had SJW Bot 9000, you had Queera. It was great. Lando crashes Cloud City into the 4th Death Star. See, that would be something they would do. I'll be so offended and pissed off if Lando turns out to be Finn's dad. I know, that was stupid. That's so stupid. It's kind of stupid that what's-her-name, Rey, is nobody in the whole Skywalker saga. This is the Skywalker saga. You kind of need to have some sort of something. You need these characters to be tied in, you know? Maybe it's Leia's kid from another person, and she had to hide her because Leia got force pregnant or something. See, I could probably accept that if Leia got force pregnant and had to abandon the kid on Jakku. You know, fake Tatooine. I could probably live with that, actually, if you could tie her into the Skywalker saga. It looks like it would be good, sir. Good boiled and served with butter. Yes. Yes, Therm Scissor Punch, his arch nemesis is melt butter sauce. Is Lobot Finn's mother? Oh, God. There's so many stupid things with that. Like, I don't know a lot about the expanded universe, so last time I heard the stormtroopers were, like, clones, and then now they're just kids getting taken and trained by the Empire, or the whatever, New Order, First Order, the New World Order. Yes, the New Order. They're being trained by the band that wrote Blue Monday. That's totally a thing. That'd be funny. That would make me laugh if like it turns out that all these new stormtroopers and stuff, and then you just cut away and it's, you know, New Order playing Bizarre Love Triangle or something. That's a Music Geek reference, though. I tend to have a lot of weird Music Geek moments, and just sometimes the most obscure songs will just pop into my head for no reason. This movie sounds way better than the one we will get. You know, I would love to make, like, parodies of these movies. I'd love to do some sort of screenwriting. I would love to do any of that stuff. I'm usually pretty funny. I can usually come up with some pretty insane ideas out there. I just don't have any, like, outlet for them. Yes, what we're coming up with would at least be funny or entertaining. See, and they forget that the point of these movies is to be entertaining. +1 for the New Order band reference. Awesome. I am a bit of a music snob. Yeah, snob is definitely the right word. Like, if you ever saw the movie High Fidelity and you see how, like, John Cusack and Jack Black kind of interact and talk about music in that movie, that's me. That's how I talk about music. That's how I talk about obscure bands and references. And the stormtroopers were originally clones, but as they grew, they were replaced by conscripts. Yeah, like oh man, this whole Star Wars stuff, like there's so many just crazy things happening on Twitter today and on the internet today, and apparently we're getting like a million retweets and a million. Oh Lord, they're still going on. I woke up to like 50 some messages on Twitter today from these people, and they're like, oh, because you know, what do you mean there's no politics? They had Nazis in Star Wars. The stormtroopers were totally Nazis. Yes, but that wasn't like a current political theme of the day. That was something that happened, you know, 40 years prior, and 30 years prior, and is something that is so over the top and ridiculously evil that everybody can agree with is evil. I think everybody can agree that Nazis were evil. Or at least the people calling the shots with the Nazis were evil. With something like Star Wars, to have that sort of politics in it is probably fine. It's something everybody can kind of pretty easily relate to. With you know, it's politics that like nobody has disagreeing opinions on unless you're like a complete skinhead or whatever, but I don't associate with skinheads, so I don't know. I don't know what they think. I don't really pay attention to them. They're kind of noise. For something like, you know, the new social politics, the new male bashing, the new trend in Hollywood with all the male bashing and diversity to check a checkbox instead of to make it a good, interesting character. That's the type of politics that I don't want to see, because that's the type of shit I see every day at workplaces. That's the type of shit I see every day online. I don't want to go to a movie and have an escapism, or having escape from that and be that stuff shoved down my throat. I don't care. I just don't care. Midnight's Edge After Dark. Hello. Yes, the Twitter net. Everybody subscribe to Midnight's Edge After Dark. They are the most. They do the most research. They're the most credible. If you want the probably most level-headed responses to all this stuff, definitely go subscribe to them. Wow, we're getting like YouTubers on here too today. That's really awesome. But yeah, definitely subscribe to the guys over at Midnight's Edge After Dark. They seem to be hit pretty hard by the YouTube algorithms as well, from what I'm seeing. So, but yeah, I think you missed the whole part where I had to like basically call out some crazy woman for saying, "Oh, Midnight's Edge and John Talks Star Wars are saying that we should burn Lucasfilm." Like, the fuck are you on? Are you high? They've never said that. Yes, the algorithm, exactly. Is Hungary familiar to you? Do you know it? I know of Hungary. I know it's next to it's next to like Romania and Bulgaria and all the little Eastern European countries. I am very much aware of it. I'm kind of a vampire aficionado, vampire enthusiast, vampire folklore enthusiast. So I do know a little bit about that stuff. I don't know about that. Thank you. Midnight's Edge says, no, the Midnight's Edge guys do their research, you know? Yeah, they'll have opinion pieces. Yes, they're coming from a lot of entertaining stuff, especially on the After Dark side. They do their opinion pieces. They do their rant stuff. It's not really hard to kind of to get what they personally feel on a lot of stuff, but they do their research, and they try not to feed into all the stuff that I see on a lot of other channels that I do still watch and I do still support. And I don't want to say bad things about YouTubers. I just don't want to be like that. I've dealt with that shit in the gaming community. I don't want to deal with that. So. I'm a vampire because I live here. Yeah, we are pretty laid back on me. You guys are good. It's up to Midnight's Edge and Nerdrotic. Yes, those are all good channels. There's a lot of really great channels that are, if you kind of need like a break from the Star Wars drama, Nerdrotic definitely is one of them. Midnight's Edge does every sort of, they focus on comic book movies and entertainment news. That's what I like. I like the entertainment news and the gossip, because I don't follow a lot of that stuff on a day-to-day basis. I kind of go by what I see on YouTube, and for me personally, I like the High Council channels a lot. They're really great. I can't watch every single video, because sometimes hearing the same Kathleen Kennedy drama gets a little tiresome personally, but you know, it works for them, and that's why I put Star Wars in the tags here, and that's why I put all those channels in the tags here, is to kind of draw in the audience so I can complain about things and I can talk about things, and that's just one of those that's just one of those sort of that's just one of my personal preferences, I guess, is like I would rather be associated with channels that I watch than which ones I don't. I don't know. Do you live in the USA? If yes, you're really lucky. Yeah. Spin-free analysis of our favorite franchises. Exactly, Monkeyzor. Yeah, I like, well, as much as you can avoid the spin with having, like, personal opinions, I think everybody in journalism now has, like, or a lot of journalism, a lot of internet journalism has a lot of, bias nowadays. If I misspeak, please correct me. I do. Thanks again, huge fan of Midnight's Edge. How I heard of Doomcock, then random. Oh, thank you guys so much. And this is like one of the things I really love about being part of like the YouTube sort of family of channels that do these things. Like I can just blab, and you guys show up and watch and hang out, and it's great, you know. I'll sub up and get notifications so YouTube can notify me. For me, I try and put it out on Twitter too. I'm trying to use the social media. I don't have a Facebook. I've never been big on Facebook. For me, it's like, yeah, why would I want to talk to people that I didn't want to talk to in high school? Why do I want people to know my real name or any of that? because I'm a girl on the internet, and you get kind of afraid being a female on the internet sometimes. Like, there's a lot of stuff you kind of have to do to protect yourself from craziness and from, you know, but whatever. Doomcock is life. Doomcock is life. Doomcock is funny. I hate Twitter. I feel like it's full of twits. Exactly. We are all twits over on Twitter. I get into it myself, but I absolutely, it's just something that, like, once you use that to interact with people, then that becomes your kind of go-to thing. And I'm not really I'm not really huge on, like, I'm not really huge on, like, social media and interacting, and I'm very much a loner, and I kind of withdraw a lot. I like a lot of alone time. So for me to be on something like social media is just convenient because I can just take my tablet wherever I am in the house. Are you familiar with Yokai Watch 3? I did not watch any of it because spoilers. What time is it? It is, well, for me, for you it's 21:21, Bence. For me it is 2:21 in the afternoon. I get so much weird stuff on Twitter. I've been trying to, like, follow people I'm entertained by on Twitter as well. I'm finding myself following people like Pee Wee Harmon or Elvira, or I'm such an old person anymore. Hello, Himmax Gino. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Hopefully I'm not messing it up. Spiritfire Soldier says, I'm introverted too. Twitter is just for kicks. I love making people laugh on there. I try my best. Like, so much of my humor doesn't come across because I'm very sarcastic at times. Like, I'm very much somebody who had the aspirations to be a comedian, but the social anxiety to completely kill any ambition at all. When the idiots are running free, I call it Twitter. Yeah, well, it's the Wild West of social interaction. I mean, you can say anything you want without any consequences. 12:21 here on the West Coast. Stupid heat wave means I'm staying indoors. Yeah, it's a bit warm in here. I had to turn on my fan. Hopefully you guys don't hear that. Or if you do, let me know and I can turn it off if it's annoying. As the president say... Nice Edge After Dark says, as the president would say, I'm sure it's full of good people, but... yeah. You got it perfectly awesome. Brad Noble says, Elvira, my heart's on fire for Elvira. Getty up. I love Elvira. She's great. I went as Elvira for Halloween when I was 10. I have pictures of it somewhere. It'd probably be a pain in the ass to dig up now. Maybe I'll have some pictures ready for a live stream at some point and just have a whole bunch in front of me so I can hold them up. But yeah, I kind of viewed her as a bit of a role model in a lot of ways, which is probably why I have a bit of a pervy sense of humor sometimes, and I throw in innuendo and stuff. So totally not a children's entertainer whatsoever for me. Pee Wee and Elvira rock. They do. They're really good. They're like, that's my whole 80s experience, is like the sort of surreal comedy and horror and, you know, 60s horror especially. The vintage stuff. I love all that stuff. 12:23 in the Bay Area, working hard for Elon. Lucky. I love the Bay Area. I love that area. I got to see Rocky Erickson live there. On one of the times I've been to San Francisco. So, but God, the other time I got to go to Santa Cruz and I saw where they filmed The Lost Boys. So, and Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So double win there. Well, I've been up to the Bay Area twice now. I try and travel. God, I guess I've traveled a lot. Anybody else travel? Heck yeah, I miss Elvira. Elvira still does shows. She's got Twitter. She sells merch. She sells one of those boob mouse pads. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. I'm excited this. I think anybody who knows me knows I don't discriminate between men and women. So, if anybody is a problem with that, you know, I'm kind of a perv. So, she has one of the boob mouse pads that, like, tend to be for like anime girls. That looks really awesome. I kind of want one. I just can't afford it. There's also some pretty lewd explicit mouse pads I've seen too. Let's see. Can I tell you the future because it's 21 p.m. and to you it's 12 a.m. Pretty sure the future is nothing because I'm going to bed. Well, thanks for being here. Did you play any Lego games? I haven't. I really haven't played any Lego games. Where else would Killer Clowns be from? Well, they filmed it in Santa Cruz. They filmed Killer Clowns over in Santa Cruz at the boardwalk. Or near the boardwalk or something. Like there's a really cool documentary about the Chiodo brothers. I'm probably saying it wrong. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I love music and interaction with things. And there's like a really cool there's a lot of cool information about the band The Dickies, who did the song from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Kind of obscure punk or funny music is definitely one of my many passions. So like the Dickies have songs about Gigantor, and they have songs about the people who made Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It was kind of like a circle that they were in. It was really cool. I like that. I like that a lot. We didn't get the likes of Pee Wee and Elvira here in the UK. Would have loved to see them in the day. See, that's too bad. That's like that. I think Pee Wee's humor would have gone over really well. Same thing with Elvira over there. I would never buy a boob mouse pad, but they honestly look comfortable. I think for me they would be something just to kind of molest for a while, just out of comfort, because I think as a species, humans are kind of designed to gravitate towards mammary glands in general, because it's comfort, it's a connection to motherhood. So I think for women, even, it's perfectly normal to whatever. I'm going off on a tangent here. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. Atlantis Fantasy World Comic Shop in Santa Cruz is brilliant. I haven't been there. I need to go. I need to go back. Killer Clowns. I have like the first DVD pressing somewhere back there. I think I have the first Attack of the Killer Tomatoes up there too. You can almost see it next to my Andorian. It's the one that has the soundtrack. I had to have the one with the soundtrack. I think that's how they pronounce it. That may be on the Blu-ray. Oh, I think they need to pick up the Blu-ray on Killer Clowns. I've stopped buying DVDs, and I think I have maybe one Blu-ray now, 1 or 2 Blu-rays, including the Batman set. I just don't have the money for it. Like, money is like, if I had money, I would collect everything. My shelves would be worse than they are. I already have these shelves behind me, and then I have those shelves. Those shelves are filled with like model kits and video games and records and CDs and junk. How much will you be around? This stream is fun. And try saying easy as hello at us. Leg job. This live stream is the best. I probably butchered that. I'm so sorry. I'll probably be around for another 45 minutes, maybe. I don't like going more than 2 hours for live streams. I do need to get some stuff done today. There is a Doomcock Patreon thing this evening, which I'm obligated to be at. So. The Netflix Pee Wee movie. I think you mean HBO. Oh, you guys are talking about the Pee Wee Netflix show. Was the Pee Wee Netflix show any good? I haven't seen the new Pee Wee movie, like the one where he came back. I haven't watched that. The original Pee Wee Herman show from way back was really funny, from like 1980, before he had the TV series. I've seen that many times. Okay, Nonesense says it's better than I anticipated. Okay, see, we're gonna have to check that out sometime. Maybe I'll talk about it. I like talking about those things because I'm such a fan of the 80s, because I miss it. I miss the 80s. It was great. My shelves are full of books, DVDs, and my cat's ashes. Aww. Yeah, I don't keep the ashes of pets usually because they charge you so much, but I mean, I have the memories of them, and you know, it's just the I guess it's a sad reminder, but getting stuff done is overrated. Look at episode 8. I know. Getting stuff done can be totally overrated, I think. The Pee Wee Netflix show was released 2 years ago. Bad sign if people are not into it, or are into it but never bothered to watch. I didn't have Netflix 2 years ago. I don't think we had Netflix at the house. I think Netflix. Yeah, I can get to Netflix now. I think it just got turned back on. I'm gonna have to check and see if I can still log into it. You know, usually this was a special. Yeah, that was like my Nico. He was a special kitty. He had 3 legs, so he's missing his back left leg, and he was just the sweetest thing ever. If anyone is a fan of Pee Wee's Playhouse and hasn't seen the original HBO special, check it out. It's like an adult version, basically. Yes, like the original special. Yes, I haven't seen the redo. I know they. Oh no, I did see the redo. That's right, because Miss Yvonne was Lynn. God, I'm blanking on her name now. I'm usually the one who can remember names. Lynn Stewart, I want to say, is her name. She was very made up to look like Miss Yvonne again, because she's, you know, she's not 20 is a nice way to put it. But yeah, I do remember that, because they did bring back everybody. They just couldn't bring back Phil Hartman, and they brought in one of the Meyer brothers. It was I think it was Josh Myers. I don't think it was Seth Meyers. It was one of them. It was one of those brothers. The redo is almost the same thing. It was. It just had, it was without Phil Hartman, and it had, I can't remember which Meyer brother it was, but my original YouTube channel before it became part of Midnight Edge reviewed the Pee-wee movie. We liked it. See, the Pee-wee movie is good. I like that. I even kind of liked Stupid Big Top Pee-wee. It wasn't the best, but I enjoyed it when I was like 8. I remember watching it. It was fine. Nightbot, are you my ex-wife? Nightbot is totally my ex-wife. See, I've been trying to get people like set up with the bots to so that people don't get 30% taken away from super chats on their channels, but some people don't have like OBS installed, and some people don't have other like all the software and things that I do, and some people, it's a little harder to walk some people through it via text than but that's all I'll say about that. But yeah, I like Nightbot because it's pretty easy. I made it a lot less spammy, for sure. For a while there, it was spammy at like every 10 minutes. And if you're just somebody who can talk for hours and hours on end like me, 10 minutes will go by really fast, and you'll just see Nightbot, Nightbot, Nightbot. And it would have like the rules spammed in there. You suck at straight. Not you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about a certain friend of ours, a mutual friend. No, I think your problem on Midnight's Edge is probably bandwidth. It really seems like bandwidth is an issue there. And maybe I don't know how up to date you guys have with like your with your computers and stuff, but I have a pretty beastly machine that I just acquired last year, and it's a home build. So Seraph was nice enough to donate his old graphics card, which is still really good. It's a GTX 970, and I've got decent CPU and decent amount of memory, and I got it before a lot of the Bitcoin farmers started mining stuff, but no, we do. Now you guys are fine. I called it Rob to get better net. Now I feel bad. No. You can plug some strings. I've been kind of, but then I get distracted and start talking. Yeah, Lena's sabotaging Midnight's Edge bandwidth. No, I think it might be an internet issue or a PC issue or whatever, because I have issues with Discord. Like when we do like the Doomcock Patreon things, sometimes his internet will kind of cut off, or I don't know if it's gonna be his internet or if it's his bandwidth, or not bandwidth, his computer might be an issue too. But apparently he had some malware, so I think that's all fixed. So I think hopefully we'll see some streaming from him. Not gonna say. Sometime in the future we'll see some streaming from him, so he should be ready to go with that. As I promote other YouTubers on my channel. This is what I like. I like to be able to kind of shout out people I love without people going, "Who is that? I've never heard of this." Like, gee, I can start talking about the Warlock Pinchers if you need me to start talking about stuff to alienate you, so I'm more used to it. Doomcock is the man. He is. He's such a cool guy. He's Doomcock, you know. What are you gonna do? He's been really he's been like really supportive of pretty much all of his fans, which is really humbling. It's really he's really a good YouTuber to kind of model myself after, as far as how he interacts with people, how he his confidence. I don't have that kind of confidence usually. I'm working on it. I'm getting better. But he's definitely a good person to kind of model yourself after. Can you say something in Japanese? I cannot. What's something in Japanese? Seraph can speak Japanese. If he were in chat, he would be typing in Japanese. He can actually speak Japanese. Of course, I know him in real life, so so I've heard some things. Kadimono na kawa. Yeah. See, I know stuff like watashi, which would be me as a female, like coming from the language is not my forte, but I know a little bit. Like I can recognize words here and there if I listen to Hatsune Miku songs or whatever. But Goenasai. Yeah, I don't know that one either. You guys are gonna start talking in Japanese. Doomcock is awesome. So glad I stumbled upon his channel. I was looking for STD reviews to confirm I wasn't crazy and thinking the show was horrible. That's how I found him a lot too. Rob from Minette's Edge shouted him out, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I really want to see more negative reviews of Star Trek Discovery, because I was watching a lot of Trek Yards, and I really like Trek Yards. You guys should totally subscribe to Trek Yards. They know their shit about starships. They know their shit with, like, they know their Star Trek, basically. And I know a lot more people from coming over from like the Geeks and Gamers stuff who watch me are watching for Star Wars. My heart is in Trek. My soul and passion is in Trek. And I wanted a lot more negative reviews than the kind of, here's what we liked, here's what we didn't like. But at the same time, as a YouTuber, I know exactly what they are going through, where you have to worry about pissing off half of your fan base if you give a negative review to something. So you really have to, like, dance this fine line of, like, how do we not piss a lot of people off? How do we be civil? How do we be fair about this? We can not like this personally, but we can find good things because a lot of people like this. And I don't envy the job they had. Like, at least for when I rant about Star Trek, I will rant. I will nitpick. I will pick apart every little thing about Star Trek. Discovery, anyway. Because, like the other shows, I can give them passes for some of the dumb things. And there's a few dumb episodes here and there of the older series. But, man, Discovery. Oh, boy. Found Doomcock through Abu Nas. See, Abu Nas I need to, like, watch more. I like Trek Yards. They're good. I like them a lot. They're really good. I personally would like... I would personally like to... I like the really negative reviews, but, you know, like Captain Foley has gone on, you know, and followed Doomcock, and he said, yes, we love what you're doing, we love your channel, or he says, I love your channel, so that kind of gives me a little solace, and, like, yeah, good, they are doing exactly what I suspected, and they are doing this fine line of not pissing off their fans, because as a YouTuber, you don't want to piss people off, but sometimes you just gotta speak your mind, and they, you know, I applaud their integrity and not just being like me and focusing on everything negative or being like any of us. Doomcock got STD right. I like Doomcock's theories about. I like his laws of canon. I think that's like Pulitzer Prize winning level of, like, brilliance right there. He's up there. He's a smart guy. He's definitely an inspiration. And when you listen to his laws of canon, it really makes a lot of sense. And that's kind of, I don't know. I guess I need to kind of justify where I come from with a lot of this. With something like Star Trek, I can kind of ignore I can ignore the JJ movies for sure, because they're not in the same timeline. They don't mess up the continuity, and they don't change the characters. They're kind of like in Back to the Future 2, where you see the chart of, like, and then this timeline happened with, you know, your mom has big boobs now, and you live in the casino in Vegas. That's kind of how I see the JJ movies, and that's perfectly okay, because they're not very good. The first one was alright. It wasn't good, but it was alright. I liked most of the cast. I think Simon Pegg's a terrible Scotty, but, you know, that's just my personal preference and my ear for accents. He doesn't do a good job as Scotty. And, yeah, there's... I don't have that much of an issue with them, but because Discovery insists it is prime timeline, it insists it's canon, it insists that, yes, we're going to disregard what the Klingons look like, we're going to disregard all the established plot lines now, we're going to disregard that we have flathead Klingons running around in this time, we're going to disregard, I can analogy you, or it is a similarity. Good with words, not me. That's well, thank you. I stumble when I try and find the right words for Discovery, but had they not gone through and just insisted it was canon, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I would have said, yeah, it's a crap Star Trek show, but it's like the JJ movies, I can just ignore it. But because they're trying to rewrite Star Trek, they're trying to erase Star Trek from history, they're trying to erase the father-son relationship Sarek had with Spock. They're trying to erase Spock's integrity by saying there's never been a mutineer in Starfleet. You know, they're trying to erase all of the stuff that we've kind of grown attached to over the years. And it's bullshit. I don't like it. It literally destroys our childhoods. Exactly. I mean, I will never have those memories again now that they've erased time like that. No, I always get so mad when people are like, "Oh God, you're just crying because we ruined your childhood." Like, no, you didn't ruin my childhood. Like my teenage years are when I spent more time with Star Trek because it was on at like 5 in the morning and I could watch Star Trek late at night while I wrote music or my stupid book that I wrote when I was a teenager or any of that stuff. And I could watch Star Trek and be left alone. And you know, this is why you don't put a TV in your kid's bedroom. Well, this is the 90s though, so it was perfectly fine. It's like having the computer in a kid's room nowadays, but yeah, it doesn't ruin my childhood. It's just like insulting family, you know? You don't insult family like that. You don't disrespect characters that we were attached to. Yeah, and actually Tom put it really well. If you watch his soapbox review, if anybody who's watching hasn't watched it, watch his soapbox review of how he compared it to like an X with Star Wars. That's, yeah, perfect analogy there. Perfect. It's like for me, you know, you see these 20-somethings with their Star Treks and their Star Wars, and you're like, oh, thanks so much, Star Trek and Star Wars. You don't want me anymore. You want this new fan that's half my age. Great. Like, you're cheating on me with these new fans. Screw you. You can try and run my lawnmower with mushrooms. If you're on mushrooms, it doesn't matter. Yes. Oh, and the spore drive and it's so stupid. I don't have any words for this. Thank you for the shout. Obviously, I mean, I would always shout you guys out, you know? You guys have more viewers than I do, so I don't feel like I'm helping. The same thing with when I talk about Doomcock's channel, like, he would be like, "Oh my God, thank you so much." Like, what? I have like 2 people in my chat. Like, back before this, like last December or something, I would have 2 people in my chat who were pissed at me for not playing the video game they want. Or for pissed at me for playing the video game they did want, you know? Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey says, it's like a little kid making the new rules to football just so they can have things their way. They don't care about the rules that have been established for decades. Exactly. It's like you go and play, you go and play with a little kid and they're like, "Oh, well, now I'm going to change the rules so I win." And that's like arguing with them on the internet, on Twitter. That's all of this stuff, you know? Like the crazy woman who's like, "Oh yeah, Midnight Sergeant John talks Star Wars, just tell people to burn Lucasfilm down." Like, are you high? What is your problem, lady? I don't get it. Have you ever watched these channels? Like, if you guys haven't watched John Talks Star Wars, he's another really good channel. You know, he's kind of, I've seen his videos where he's saying, "Yeah, I don't know if I even want to talk about Star Wars anymore, but that's the name of my channel." But he's really good good YouTube channel as well. There's a lot of really good ones that I watch. I'm talking about having you on sometime soon. Who, me? Who, me? Well, thank you if you're talking about me. Wow. Holy crap. Like, I would be honored. Wow. Like, how I'm just like a fan who was just watching you guys because of the Ghostbusters controversy. Wow. From my perspective, this is really new for me, just talking about random crap, and it's been kind of a long time coming. It's been slowly trickling into my channel to kind of get rid of a lot of the gaming stuff because of Star Trek and because of Ghostbusters. Like, I wanted to talk about Ghostbusters 2 years ago, but I started playing stupid Wibble Wobble, and that's what people watched, so that's what I did. And yeah, so I kind of feel like any popularity I have is very, very new. I kind of feel like I've got like about, you know, 300 new subscribers, which is really, really awesome since the shift. And so that's kind of where I feel like I'm at. But yeah, I would be absolutely honored. You guys are making me cry. It's a bunch of young punk kids that need to get off my bridge. Shut up, Wesley. Hey, some of us young punks are still okay. I don't know. I guess I got a foot in the punk rock. I like having a guitar here. I like having something to hold. I gotta just do this all the time. I need to put new strings on my Martin for sure. I put medium strings on, and I just don't have the grip strength and the finger strength anymore for medium strings. Giggity. Like, it's not. I'm an old person, and I hadn't played in a very long time, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna build up my strength, and I'm gonna put heavier gauge strings on than I can do. Mikey Spock is the new Wesley. Mikey Spock is the worst character I've ever seen in anything. Like, she's worse than Rey, because Rey isn't mean-spirited. Rey isn't an outright bitch. Rey doesn't do... Rey's a Mary Sue, and she hasn't earned anything, sure, but she's not smug. She's not arrogant. She's not unpleasant. She doesn't interrupt admirals' speeches as they're talking about giving people medals and this is what Starfleet is. Yes, exactly. I'm going to interrupt you, Admiral Giggly Wet for Lorca. What's your name? And I was gonna make a video on Admiral Cornwall for from STD, but I don't know if anyone would watch. Shut up, Mikey Spock. Mikey Spock is the best ever. Yeah, she's the bestest ever. You mean you can't do anything on that ship without her, right? Everybody isn't talking about how great she is, and she's the only one who can do something and tell you how. Yeah, that would be the thing. I've always said that, like, Mikey Spock versus Rey. Who would win between Mikey Spock and Rey? Well, Mikey Spock would probably win because she would tell Rey how to be a Jedi. She would lecture her on how to be a Jedi. STD, I hadn't even thought of that one. You haven't thought that Star Trek Discovery stood for STD. That's kind of a derogatory term a lot of us anti-Star Trek people or anti-Discovery people have been saying. Admiral Cornhole. Admiral Giggly, I call her, because she's her lack of judgment is so pathetic. She acts like this wet little schoolgirl around Lorca because he's a bad boy. And she does all these things, like flirts with him. She lets him be the captain. Like, you're letting somebody be a captain who never even went through Starfleet, basically. Jedi splain. Rey's Force baby will avenge her. Yeah, Rey's Force baby will. Well, I think Rey's gonna get pregnant by the Force now. Is gonna be the thing. Because it can't be Kylo. It's gonna be like a long distance. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna make the joke. There's no way Kylo's dick is that big that he can impregnate her from that far away, but they're gonna do it anyway. He's gonna force inseminate her, or so it says, or so I think, maybe. Honestly, I haven't bothered with Discovery. Corgan777 says, me and my wife are watching TNG. TNG is really good. Watch TNG. It's great. There are so many good episodes. DS9. I was going back and rewatching DS9 recently, and yeah, that. For something I didn't really like that much because I didn't see it as it aired that much. I saw episodes. I went back and watched it probably in 2000 or so. 2002 when I was living in Vegas. And then I went back and like maybe 2 months ago and rewatched the first season. And yeah, DS9 is really good. I have such a soft spot for DS9. But I kind of have a thing for Garrick anyway. So anytime he's on screen, I'm like, tell me more. But... Pregnant by the Force, so another Anakin. I think so. I think they're gonna do something. They've got to tie them in together, you know? I'm paying the STD writers a visit at San Diego Comic-Con and running a contest with subs to ask a question to them. Yeah, and if you guys are just tuning in, you know, click sub over on Nerdrotic and Midnight's Edge. Both of those channels are absolutely worth your sub. You will not be disappointed. But yeah, like, I can't imagine what I would say in a writer's room with the Discovery writers. I mean, part of me thinks that they weren't allowed to do what they wanted to do. Or that they got yelled at for writing stupid nonsense crap like Sonar in Space. And now you got Kurtzman on. Like, dude, why do you have Kurtzman on? Like, a showrunner. He can't even get, like, a sure thing like The Mummy right. Like, the Mummy movie should have been a success. You could have set up a new Universal Dark Cinema. I get so mad. And I don't know how to articulate it when I think of him. One of these days, I'm gonna get a whiteboard in here, and you know, like, Alex Kurtzman is definitely on my mortal enemies list. So I'm gonna put that like somewhere in the background for us so we can see it. When I, you know, that'll probably be the same time I change out my camera. I do have a better camera. Seraph was nice enough to give me his anime reactions camera that he doesn't use anymore, so I will change it out eventually. Yes, like, share, and sub, absolutely. And when you do sub to all the channels, you want to like all their videos, you want to interact, you want to comment, you want to share them on your social media, absolutely. How long is my Mortal Enemies list now? It's getting up there. It's getting up there. I've got a few of them. David Foster's been on it for about 20 years now. Yeah, I got a few. Man and the Klingon fleet arrived in DS9. Hello, Stinky. I'll say this from people I've talked to on the inside. The mummy had more to do with Tom Cruise. But this is my theory. Alex Kurtzman, from what I've seen, Alex Kurtzman just kind of gave in to Tom Cruise, because Alex Kurtzman does not seem to be able to kind of stand his ground and assert himself as like the leader of a production. When you have somebody like Tom Cruise, I can understand how that's like an intimidating sort of person, but I think that somebody like Alex Kurtzman just kind of lets execs and actors and people kind of tell him what to do. I think he takes way too many studio notes seriously, in my opinion. That's just kind of speculation, though. That's kind of what it seems like. I don't have a lot of proof, but I do have the rumors that Tom Cruise wanted the plane scene, and Tom Cruise wanted the mummy to go the way it went, and Alex Kurtzman didn't say no, we're not gonna do that. But yeah, you hijacked the ship. I think so. I think that's not sticking up for Kurtzman, though. Yeah, and I don't want to stick up for Kurtzman. Absolutely. He's this is kind of why he doesn't have my respect as like a filmmaker and a director and a showrunner, because I don't think he has the stones for it. I don't think, you hear somebody like on Geeks and Gamers, they would call him a beta or something. For me, I just don't think he has the stones for the job he's doing. I think he's very much kind of like Kathleen Kennedy, somebody who probably shouldn't have the power, but they do anyway. And when you have somebody like Kathleen Kennedy who has that kind of power, you can see how she would kind of corrupt a little bit. I've dealt with a lot of sort of manager types like that in retail over the years. Those type of women are just nothing but trouble. They fire anybody who has a different opinion. They go in and they click up and they team up. But do you like Bruce Campbell? Of course I like Bruce Campbell. Come on, he was one of my 12-year-old me was in love with Bruce Campbell, I think. Yeah. I grew up on like Army of Darkness and Evil Dead, so yes. I need to finish watching Ash vs. the Evil Dead. I watched maybe the first few episodes. I was super excited for, and for whatever reason I just stopped watching it. But I loved all of like the Deep Purple use of Deep Purple, the use of like Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I loved that, and I need to like go back and watch those. I don't know. It's been a while though. I think more for me, like I definitely associate like the Raimi stuff with being a teenager and watching Xena as it aired and all those type of shows. I watched The Edge of Tomorrow to watch Cruz die. Aww. Bruce Campbell probably went back in time and is actually Doomcock's father. Can't say anything. It's a good theory. Plus Blunt is hot. No, that was the thing. I hate saying like super dirty things in somebody's chat but this is a callback to one of Odin's streams. So if you guys if you guys know anybody like through the social media, you know I try and help out all the other YouTubers like Odin's movie blog and all of this stuff. And we were on his stream the other day. I think it was last night or 2 nights ago. Brad Noble is like, random's hot, and Odin's like, I think he's got a nitpick on it. It's really kind of cool to hear this, but he's like, yes, a person can't be hot. Food can be hot. I'm like, oh, I can't say it because you don't like people swearing in your chat because you're a teacher in your day job. But I was gonna chime in with, yes, but you can eat a person if you do it the right way. Giggity. That's my dirty joke that I couldn't say over there, but I can say it here. So, Otto Van Duman is Dictor's dad or someone else. I don't know. I shouldn't do super dirty jokes, but that's just how my mind goes. It goes right there. 4 hours in an oven at 450 degrees, yeah. I will say this, just don't be on the receiving end of anything when Weird Al's Eat It pops on when you're listening to Dr. Demento. That'll kill the mood. Venom would end up in jail. I know. No, I just don't want to like say super dirty things on people's channels where you can't. So I try and keep them clean, but holy crap. Thank you so much for the $3 super chat, Memphis Dale. What's up? How's it going? It's going good. We're just kind of hanging out and talking and all the good stuff. Is my Bill and Ted pop-up too big? Hopefully it's not. Hopefully you guys can hear that too. I don't know if like even like my desktop audio is working. And thank you so much. I really appreciate it. how is it, how is tell someone they're hot dirty? Oh, it was my response to it. Because his response was, you can't eat soup, no, you can't, hot refers to soup. Hot refers to, like, soup or food, or, like, a temperature. Hot does not apply to a person. And I'm like, well, yes, but you can eat something that's hot. You could eat a person in a certain way. Yeah. I was there, I know. I don't think what, like, saying hot is dirty. I think my response was probably pretty out there. And now I feel bad because I had to explain my joke. What if they have a fever? Yeah, exactly. What if the person's running a fever? I don't know. What if the person's a semi, easy-ish on the eyes person on the internet? I don't know. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Someone punch Ryan Johnson in the nuts. Well, see, that your logic is flawed there. I don't think he has any. But is it sad these days? You tell a woman she's nice looking is sexual harassment. I don't think so. I don't think so. I kind of miss the days of I'm such a huge fan of the 60s though. I kind of miss the days when you could tell like your secretary she's attractive or compliment a woman on her hair, or I think as a society it kind of gives you that little bit of an endorphin rush to be like, hey, somebody complimented me on something. So I never take like actual genuine compliments as anything but that. You know, like, then you get, like, the hateful crap that I would get on Twitch and stuff. That stuff is, like, a little over the line. The I'll rape you comments, or, like, those I don't respond too well to, and those people get banned pretty quickly, but mansplaining. I still hold the door, sue me. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Like, people, I don't know. I'm not one of these kind of false feminists who has to male bash. It's such a it's in poor taste to me. It's very much one of these things that it is combative and it is aggressive. Like, it's like, seriously, bitch, someone's trying to be nice to you and hold the fucking door open. Let them. You know, that's kind of my unfiltered. And I try not to swear too much, but man, sometimes some of these women make me embarrassed to be a woman. I've been harassed for telling a woman she looks good. I know. Yes, you could just be Hodor and just say Hodor constantly, or hold the door. Hodor is, I think, the intent of the joke that I totally didn't get until like too late. I'm old school. I don't mind telling a woman she's hot, and down south that's how we roll. See, and I don't mind that. I think it's a compliment that doesn't mean anything. It's not like. I mean, it means it's a compliment. It means a nice gesture. It means, hey, I like the way you look. It doesn't mean I'm going to stalk you and, steal you away and murder you. There's like a completely different thing. That, a compliment does not lead to sexual assault. A compliment does not lead to anything bad. A compliment can just be a compliment on the street next to a stranger that you will never see again in real life. Like, and that's all a compliment has to be. It's just something that makes somebody feel good. And I think that if you can kind of make people feel good in the world, there's no reason not to, right? You can go around and spread negativity like I know I've done. And you can go around and spread, you can go around and combat a lot of the trolling and combat a lot of the social justice garbage. And you can do that, but at the end of the day, like, there's nothing wrong with complimenting somebody. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I like your hair, or hey, I like your shoes, or, like, it's just crazy. And hello, XD Smith. Roz Animate says, Wi-Fi is back. Stupid Rock Show says, hiya. Hello, Stupid Rock Show. It's true, I now have to second guess any compliment. If any compliment given will be misinterpreted, and that's garbage. I don't like to live in a society where we have to second guess complimenting people. I mean, I've certainly kind of grown up in the why are you complimenting me? And it's taken a long time for me to really accept a compliment, because you get it in your head that you're not allowed to interact with people for the most part, We can compliment how big Ryan Johnson's head is. Yes. Hold the door, what's going on? Oh, somebody said hold the door for somebody is, like, they still hold the door for people even though you kind of get crap for it. That's what's going on. And Ryan Johnson has a very round head. It is true. It is more fact than an insult at this point, because he does have a very round head. Me in a crowded bar. I like your dress. Her in a crowded bar. Rape. Yeah. Oh. That's such a sad existence too. Like, I don't want to be associated with those women. That's why I probably don't make a lot of friends with women, because seriously, like, why would you guys do that, you know? Fight me, Nightbot. Is Nightbot acting up? I thought I toned it down a little bit. I guess it's every half hour now. I could probably take this message out, because we haven't had a lot of people asking to trade Pokemons and crap that I don't even play. Pistols at dawn. Hey, Nightbot's fine. I just joined my miniature channel since Christmas. I'm Alice the Turian. Well, welcome back. Yeah, we're just like doing some little hangouty chatty things. Probably not gonna stream for a whole lot longer, because I do have a few things to get done today. I'm still working on setting up Patreon, and I don't know what you guys want on Patreon, if I had a Patreon set up, because like I hate begging for money on the internet, and I kind of feel like Patreon is like one step too far, because I already have super chats enabled, and I already have like Streamlabs enabled for donations, but like I think Patreon is just one more e-begging almost, because I don't know what you guys would want. I don't know what tiers, so. Where's Doomcock? I don't know. Working hard, probably. Probably watching Wimbledon, if that's still on. He was gonna watch that today. I don't know. Yeah, keep it real, man. And most of the women down here are like men that are confident and not timid and like to be approached and complimented. I think, yeah, I think it just depends on the woman too. Like, I grew up in kind of a very, very liberal, hippie sort of area in Colorado, and you get a lot of hippies that became yuppies, and then you get a lot of kids of that who turn into kind of social justice-y sort of peoples, and that's kind of one of the I don't know how to put it without like bashing anybody, because I don't want to just overgeneralize on it, but what happened to the theme park ride game? People stopped watching it. The views kind of slowly drop and drop and drop. If you play a game more than once on your channel, the views drop. There is a new update in it. Maybe I'll go back and play it. If I do play any games, it'll be over on Twitch, and I might just kind of upload an archive over here or something. But I mean, I hate playing games over there, because like over here people get like super chat. I don't know. Yes, he's probably cleaning a bathroom on level 72, because for some reason his robot janitor on that level sucks. Yeah, then you guys don't really realize how big the lair is too. I'm out random. Have a good one. Don't work too hard. Well, thank you for being here, Memphis Dale, and thank you again for the super chat. Internet is too weak to watch Twitch. I think on Twitch you can always lower the quality too. I don't know. We'll see. Yes, or it was level 23. I forget. Well, there's so many levels in the lair. I mean, not that I would know. I don't get beamed to the lair or anything. I got a remote in. But yeah, like if you guys do want me to do more gaming, please let me know, because I really hate to disappoint anybody, but the problem with doing gaming on YouTube is that you start a game and you kind of have to just play that game or just stream that game for like 12 hours a day. Same thing on Twitch. To be a gamer on Twitch or YouTube, you really have to you really have to go through and kind of do it constantly. You have to do really long marathon streams. You have to do it like on a daily basis, the same game every day, and then you get kind of pigeonholed into only being that game streamer. So then people, if you change games or something, people are like, oh, I only subscribe to you for this game. I only subscribe to you for Yokai Watch, okay? Or I only subscribe to you for Terraria, okay? So there's a huge problem with gaming on YouTube. Like, I had somebody last time I streamed, asking me why, you know, oh, well, why aren't you gaming anymore? You played Mario. Like, yeah, and Mario views are 200 on the first video and 80 on the second. You gotta do what the fans want, and if the fans aren't showing up, then you gotta do something different. So all I know is the Raptors are on level 12. There are Raptors on level 12 of the lair. Oh, I need to find one and put a cowboy hat on it and put a saddle on it and ride it, and tell it it's a kitty. It's a good kitty. Come on, who doesn't want to ride a raptor around like it's a pony? I would. Have you thought about playing the Escapists? Nope. No interest in the Escapists. Fans pay the bills. Yeah, and, well, for somebody like me, I don't want to play a game and then just have nobody show up. I don't want to play something like let's say I would try the Escapists. You would probably show up and nobody else would. Well, Seraph would probably show up. So I'd have 2 people in chat watching the Escapists while I'm pissed off and annoyed that I don't want to play a game anyway. Which level has Doomcock's secret Betty Page collection? I'm asking for a friend. Well, the statue is next to the Dracula statue. You won't disclose that info. Oops. Oops. I don't know where the rest of the collection is. I sent him something really funny over Twitter not too long ago. It was Betty Page bent over naked getting spanked by the Wolfman. That amused me. I thought he would be amused by it too. So I sent him a picture of it. They apparently have this on a watch. Like if I were a watch person, I'd probably have that, but it amused me, so I shared that. Spoilers. You gotta go. Thank you for being here. XD Smith. Explains what he's up to then. Well, and there's also the Patreon thing tonight, and I know Wimbledon's on, and I know he was watching that, so to be more honest about it and be less sticky. He when you don't see him, he is usually working on robots and taking over the world and making videos. And yelling at Harvey for drinking his scotch, or for ruining his scotch. Hello, Lord Blue Eyes. Frankie G. Yeah, if you guys do want a really good gaming streamer, absolutely check out Lord Blue Eyes and Frankie G. He plays a lot of Friday the 13th. He's got a really great community over there. He does a lot of multiplayer games. So absolutely subscribe to Lord Blue Eyes if you want a really awesome gaming streamer. Spirit Fire Shoulder says, I was thinking of streaming a game, but now after what you said, maybe it's not a good idea. You know, as long as you love it, as long as you have fun with it. I really like to use Mahler as an example for gaming YouTubers. Mahler came out of the gaming side of things, and he got really popular with Last Jedi videos and these kind of really in-depth, these really in-depth, like, 6-hour breakdowns of everything that's wrong with The Last Jedi. It was like 5 hours in 3 parts. And so Mahler's kind of YouTube career has taken off with him doing pretty much what Dishonored Wolf does, only with a British accent. But they're very similar in a lot of their styles. So, but yeah, Mahler came from the gaming side of things originally, and he's found so much more of an audience, more into like what he's doing than for gaming. So that's kind of one of the things I was using as an example. Plus, you know, gaming channels that have 500,000 subs only get maybe 4,000 views on a video, so that just kind of tells me that people are losing interest. Because I know I'm personally losing interest in a lot of gaming. Like I'm getting older. I don't care. I don't really have time to learn a new game every 5 minutes, and I certainly don't have the money to buy a new game to kind of keep up with the gaming demands. So, as much as I like gaming, I counsel too. I need more vodka. Yeah, the High Council's on tonight too. Holy crap! I totally forgot about that. I prefer to think he's eating cupcakes. Maybe Harvey's trying to break loose again. Oh, Harvey's cute. Talk to him for a few minutes. We're hoping to have him on sometime this week. Oh, nice. And thanks, you rock. Well, thank you so much, Lord Blue Eyes. You've always been like a really good friend of the channel, and I actually enjoy it. Sometimes I'll go over and lurk in your streams when you don't know, and sometimes I'll watch. I really liked the drunk stream you did. That was pretty fun. But Harvey just needs one chance. Harvey's so cute. I love Harvey. He's adorable. If you do stream a game, make sure it's what you want to play. Don't let others dictate and push you into playing what you don't like. Exactly. And I think a lot of it has been like, I'm just kind of tired of gaming, because back in the early days of my channel, like, this is my second channel. My first channel was basically me doing this about music. It was just me blogging and blabbing about music that I really loved. And my first subscriber that was the drummer from the Electric Prunes, because I did a video on the Electric Prunes. So it's an obscure 60s band for anybody who doesn't know. And then I slowly switched into gaming after like doing that for about like 6 videos, because I had a friend of mine who helped set me up with gaming software. He's like, no, you can do this. You can talk over games. You have no problem doing this. So I started doing that on my other channel, and then that ended up getting deleted because I streamed a little too much of an anime game that, basically, if you guys don't know what visual novels are, they're basically these anime games that are basically have sex with a Japanese schoolgirl, the video game. And, so I played a little too much of that one, and, yes, there's, like, full-on nude scenes in these games and stuff, and full-on porn, and I think I had maybe, like, a frame that wasn't censored out, so my channel got deleted for that, and then, like, copyright stuff from the, some of those games, too, and I just had all kinds of issues on that channel, so I started up again, and I started playing all the same games and things, started doing gaming, and then I ended up having to delete the, sort of visual novel-y anime games, but have you seen or played Mirror? I have not seen or played Mirror. I think I might have seen it. I really don't know that much about it though. I don't really remember. Junk stream, I got a little lit. Yep. Keep that in mind. Thanks. No, and I think doing gaming streams, it might just be me losing interest in gaming. I mean, that might be all it is, really. I like gaming a lot. I like... Hello, Rostico Enthusiast! Thank you for catching my stream. I want to try and stay on... I want to try and cut it off at like 2 hours. So we've been going about an hour and a half. I don't like blabbing for more than 2 hours. Yes, spoiler, I guess. For our higher level Patreon users, we work on a Blu-ray collection of specific videos. As a special feature, the disc is gonna have an exclusive Doomcock fan 4-stick review. Oh, see, now I gotta beg for money to be a patron over there. I have all the channels that I want to be a patron of, but I make YouTube money, which means I don't get paid every month or every 3 months on YouTube because, like, 80 views a video. How do I find Lord Blue Eyes channel? Just click on his name. You click on his name. I can probably hook you up here too if I can. Just a second. Just a second. I believe he's gonna put it on his Patreon eventually. See, and that's I am kind of strapped by being somebody's patron as it is. I hate talking money. I really hate talking money. Alright, let me drop a link to Lord Blue Eyes channel here. If you guys don't know how to get there. I got it. Awesome. But yeah, like, I never know. Maybe he'll hook you up. Well, thank you so much. I super appreciate it. Keep getting those anime games show up in my Steam recommendations, and it's like, yeah, you played and own Lego games, first-person shooters, and RPGs. We think you might like porn. For my Steam, they tell me I need to play all the MMO RPGs. I don't like playing games with other people, usually. I made an exception with Friday the 13th because if you guys know anything about the Friday the 13th movies, the game looks so much like the movies. It's like, oh my god, that's the house, and that's where this is, and that's where that is. It's so great to kind of be able to wander around in the Friday the 13th movies. So I bit the bullet, and I'm like, yeah, I will play the multiplayer game that I don't want to play because it's multiplayer only. It just really sucks because they aren't developing anymore for it. And it was right before they released Jason X to everybody too. Which I know Lord Blue Eyes knows a lot about too, because I know him from the Friday the 13th gaming community, that back when I was like really struggling trying to reinvent my YouTube channel last year. RTE bringing the heat. Okay, Random, what's happening? It's 6 a.m. in Oz. Good morning. Well, hello, Adam Davies. Wow, you guys are all coming in from Australia. Holy crap, we have 20 people watching. I haven't had 20 people watching in forever. I really, really appreciate it. You guys really make me think like I'm doing the right thing on the channel by kind of changing over to this. The game screwed the pooch, though, or should I say the makers. Yeah, like, there's so many buggy things in the Friday the 13th game, but it was fun. It was really fun. You get, like, all the bugs of, they changed it a lot since I played, too, but they made it so if somebody dies with an item, you can then see where the item is on the map, instead of being like, well, we don't know where you were, you died with the keys, so we can't escape. Your channel is booming. I know, it's weird. It's nice. It's like, I wanna get on and talk and hang out with you guys. Like, I didn't even have a video planned. I was just gonna be like, maybe I'll just talk about what happened on Twitter last night. You rule. Thank you so much. I'm gonna watch sports ball, otherwise known as some league basketball. Well, thank you so much, John, for being here, and thank you again so much for the really generous donation. The Doomcock shirt should be here soon, and I will wear it on stream. It's gonna be a tank top, though, so I'll warn you guys. Because tank tops showcase things a little better. They're a little more comfortable, too, for a woman, but... Well, then they knew they had the looming deadlines. Instead of doing the things they promised and fixing the issues, they implemented some other issues they were put in to get them work down the road. Yes. Yeah, there's so many... God, the Friday the 13th game. I really wish it would have... I wish it would have taken off a little bit more. I mean, you have the Dead by Daylight stuff as well, so... I don't know. I think they probably should have... They probably should have just worked with the Dead by Daylight people and not made a whole game, per se. And then I could have been like, yeah, that's a cool thing. I won't play it because it's, you know, a multiplayer game, but it's neat. And that's kind of how I think of Dead by Daylight anyway, because they've got, like, Leatherface, and they've got Michael Myers in Dead by Daylight, and they've got somebody from Saw, I think, is another one. Oh, and they have Freddy. Well, it's fake Freddy, though. It's remake Freddy, so we don't count fake Freddy. Showcasing is always a great thing. It is. Hello, Super Anime Gamer. Welcome. What's up? We're just hanging out and chatting. I'm gonna probably go until 4 my time, give or take. Give or take. You need to check that out, but I've never had the time. Time. Well, Dead by Daylight, I was able to get it for like $1 at one point, and I never bothered. But they always have like free days. I just don't want to get trapped into kind of the YouTube horror gamer genre, because you can build a channel on that, and I know a lot of people that I can easily just jump in Dead by Daylight with and at any point. One of my friends who's probably streaming right now, Reckless Gaming Stuff, he is a Dead by Daylight streamer, and he's absolutely hilarious and entertaining and just a great personality, great community, but people don't show up because it's gaming, and I don't understand that. But I guess coming from like a music perspective too, there's a million bands I absolutely adore that never made it big and were only like local to where I grew up, at least. But while I'm here, while I have 21 people watching, one of my favorite bands of all time, the Warlock Pinchers, never got the love they deserved. So if you guys ever want to hear just a cross between like a cross between maybe Korn and Slayer and Tiffany and fun. They're just fun. They're fun and insane. And they kind of have a rap thing to guitars. They're just a fun band. I would love to give them the love that they deserve. They didn't make it very big. They have their cult following of very rabid fans, and I'm glad to be a part of it. But man, once my channel gets bigger, if I can get like a really big YouTube channel, I'm definitely gonna add some like music shout outs to some of the obscure stuff I love. The problem with that is once other people start liking it too, then it becomes like something that's not just for me. It's not just like my own private little thing. They're like the Cars. Nope. Tiffany. I say that. They're kind of like a performance art. They're kind of a punk band. They're a fun band. They have a lot of comedy. They have a song called Where the Hell is Crispin Glover? They have another song called Morrissey Rides a Cock Horse. I mean, they're hilarious. They're just hilarious. They're definitely up there with like crazy. That band kind of sounds glorious. They're amazing. They are amazing. I've been dropping links on Twitter to their music late at night. Let me see if I can pull something up. Don't watch it now, but watch it later. Gotta fess to being a TISM fan. Who's TISM? Have to go. Time to go home. Thanks for the awesome plug on my channel. Much love. Well, thank you so much, Lord Blue Eyes Frankie G. You're a very good friend of the channel, and anything I can do to help people. I mean, it's not a competition. That is the biggest rule. It is not a competition. You guys can totally watch who you want to watch, and I'm more than happy to promote, you know, the YouTubers that I think are doing good. Then just absolutely. Oh, an Aussie band. I haven't heard of them. There's a lot of like the only Aussie bands I know are like Midnight's Oil and In Excess, and there's not a lot of Aussie bands I know of. What's the other one? Divinals, weren't they an Aussie band? Yeah, I don't know a lot about Aussie bands. I know a few Colorado bands from where I grew up, but Come from the land down under. I wish I could sing that. I really wish I could sing that. Let me drop a link to their. Well, here's a Warlock Pincher song. I'm gonna do my duty as a Colorado person. We're gonna make the Warlock Pinchers big again. They never got the love that they deserved, I think. But they're definitely from like performance art and hilarity, and they would take something like the Manamana record and play it and kind of distort it and sample it and slow it down and speed it up, and you would have Manamana on their album, or you would have like clips of kung fu movies and dialogue and as samples. You would have clips of on this one song I just linked here. They have samples of like old 30s cartoons as musical instruments. It's great. I love the creativity of these type of bands, but listen to do Manamana. I can't do the Manamana thing without thinking of Brack also on there, but if you guys watched Cartoon Planet, Brack and Space Ghost would do the Manamana stuff back and forth. Dead Kennedys race. Yeah, the Dead Kennedys. Yes, they're definitely in the style of Dead Kennedys. Go, Jim, and have fun there. Hello for Cornwall. I've only seen the Muppets do them. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I think Warlock Pinchers did the Manamana thing on their first album, probably before the Muppets did. I want to say it was before the Muppets. That was my first instance of hearing it. Like, and I'm such a fan of obscure, weird. Just weird. I like weird. I like weird and unusual and interesting. Like for me, this is why David Foster is on my Mortal Enemies list. He has the most bland, generic stuff that is indeterminate to me. It is just one note of nothing. Nothing interesting happens in his music. Nothing to listen to. He doesn't do anything that gets me. He doesn't do anything exciting. He doesn't do anything entertaining. I've got the Muppets doing that on vinyl. See, like that's cool. I'm a Muppets fan. I've got the 3 seasons on DVD that had the fuzzy covers. I wish they would have released more. I'm pretty sure it's probably something to do with like the music licensing in the Muppets show. I watched that when I was a kid at my grandma's house. I really like the old Muppets show. And one of my favorite things on the Muppet Show is like Roger Miller. I'm such a music snob, but you know, you give me something like Roger Miller, you can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. What the hell? I love that. I'm such a Dr. Demento sort of fan anyway. Anything that's amusing or funny or interesting. Do I guys receive me? Do you actually own the Batman Adam West? Yeah. Yeah, that's the limited edition one that has the little car and it has like a deck of cards in there. I haven't opened it, but the 2 old guys are my fave. Waldorf and Stadler? Is that Waldorf and Stadler? Flip. It's been forever since I've thought about the Muppet guys. They stopped releasing the DVDs after Disney bought them. Yeah, that seems to be it. When Disney took over. Well, no, because Disney took over when I had the Muppets pinball game on Game Boy Advance, and I had that before I had the DVD sets. So I think Disney took over. It might have just been under Buena Vista, but I don't know. I don't know if it was like actual Disney or Buena Vista that took over back then. Because I had a Muppets pinball game on Game Boy Advance once. Waldorf and Stadler, yes. Beaker is the best. Beaker is cool too. Yeah, like I gotta remember, like, it's so weird. Like, do you guys do that where your brain kind of associates one memory with, you know, with something else? Like, I know exactly when, well, I know as far back as when Disney owned the Muppets. Based on a stupid pinball game. Start off with saying they don't like an act and then they end up loving it. Yeah, I like that. God, did you guys ever watch The Gong Show too? That was another good one, The Gong Show. They brought it back recently. And I was always super entertained by, like, just variety acts in general. I think that's the type of thing that, like, instead of for Patreon, for Doomcock's channel, I think if he does, like, live acts, like, live variety acts with YouTubers he knows, and because he's such an MC and he's such an entertainer, he could easily do, like, impressions and sing for everybody, and he could do, like, these one-man shows, but he could also bring in, you know, like, guests and stuff, and we could do, like, podcasts and blogs and things. Do you look at Death Battle yet? I have not looked at Death Battle yet. Which one was Death Battle? Remind me. I think that might have been a comment that I totally forgot about, and I apologize. My favorite Scooter. So what happened to Skeeter? Because I know we had Scooter in the later stuff, and then we had Scooter and Skeeter in Muppet Babies. If you guys remember Muppet Babies, Gonzo always stole the show. I love Gonzo. I do love Gonzo, and I'm definitely more in I like the Muppets more than I like Sesame Street sort of camp of things, because the Muppets had the vaudeville humor. The Muppets did a lot of what Animaniacs did. The Muppets were putting on a show. They used a lot of the comedy principle, like the rules of comedy that you need to really follow, and a lot of modern comedies don't. A lot of modern comedies just kind of throw jokes at a wall and let people kind of sort them out later. And a lot of modern comedy is a lot of random references. You can have a random reference as long as you bring it back as a callback later on, I think. And I there's so many comedy principles that I need to find out, like, a way to quote it. I have it in my head, but I can't articulate it very well. But you've got your basic stuff like the triple. These are formulas and templates that have worked for years, and you can use that with anything. And if you're a strong enough comedian, you can save a mistake. You can save a flub if you're strong enough to do it. And as somebody who really aspired to go into comedy, there's so many things that, like, a modern movie with a lot of improv, like Ghostbusters 2016, just doesn't do right. And so many things that, like, the Muppet Show or Animaniacs did perfectly right. Or I can watch the Mighty Boosh stage show. I went back and rewatched the Mighty Boosh stage show recently. And yeah, they're doing weird, abstract, obscure humor and really random stuff, but they also are following the basic comedy principles, and they're following the templates that work and the things that people can relate to in a lot of ways, and they're toning their jokes to their fans, but they're also using the formulas that we recognize. So, guys, Pinky and the Brain, yes, Pinky and the Brain's great too. I've got the Animaniacs. It's behind my Warlock. You guys can't really see. You guys can't really see much behind my my Warlock back there. You haven't seen Meet the Feebles. I've seen Meet the Feebles. That was my initial thought when I saw Happy Time Murders was, oh, it's just like Meet the Feebles, only not kind of weird. But I'm kind of a fan of, like, obscure B movies anyway. What about Tiny Toons? Tiny Toons was good too. Yes, Narf Zoit. Yeah, he also had Troz was another one, and Poit, I think, was another one. Wasn't it Poit? I'm so pissed. My best friend is a YouTuber. I shared his channel with this person I know, and the person is destroying our friendship. I'm so sorry. So sorry to hear that. I think as long as you work with, like, YouTubers you can trust, watch their material, see how they are before you, like, trust them with anything. Random note to remind you to look at Death Battle. Let me Google it. Boop. Death Battle. Oh, okay, it's like what is this? Oh, it's Screw Attack stuff. Okay. Crash versus Spyro. Yeah, I don't know if I even know any of this stuff. This is like the thing where they had, like, Goku versus Superman or something. Yeah. That's definitely like a Seraph type of thing that I think he's seen some of these. I think he showed me one of these. But Spyro was cool. I never actually played that much Spyro. My favorite game of all time on the PlayStation was Skull Monkeys. It's a platformer made by the guys who made the Neverhood PC game. And like anything I love, it has really amazing music in it. It also is kind of crazy toilet humor. Very, you have a superpower called Universe Enema that wipes out everything on screen. You have, like, a fart power that you fart a clone of yourself so you don't die. It's really hilarious. You bounce on your little clay man bounces on apes with skulls on their heads, skull monkeys. It's just one of the funnest platformers I've ever played. The first boss you encounter is Joe Head Joe, a giant head of one of the developers. It's amazing. Totally recommend. If you haven't checked out Skull Monkeys, I think I do have a playthrough on my channel somewhere still, if you can find it. Taz versus Goku would be fun, like the Tasmanian Devil. If you like Coen Brothers style films, please check out the Aussie film called The Brothers' Nest. Which Coen Brothers movies have I seen? I've seen Raising Arizona, I think. Was that Coen Brothers? I know I haven't seen Fargo, and I know I haven't seen The Big Lebowski. Or if I have, working while listening. Well, thank you for hanging out and listening. Yeah, I think I might have seen The Big Lebowski. It's been a while. There's a lot of movies where I might as well say I haven't seen it if it's been so long that I don't remember it. Yeah, I haven't seen Fargo. I know. I was watching like Trainspotting and Caligula in the 90s. I didn't see. I need to. Next time I'm in Colorado, I need to watch Big Lebowski. Apparently, just like Doctor Strange. Just like Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, man. I can go on about Doctor Strange. That movie. You seen Trainspotting 2? I saw Trainspotting 2 in the theater in Colorado. Like. Yeah. Actually, I really liked Trainspotting 2. It was really good. It was really sweet. It hit a lot of notes for me personally. About going home again after 20 years. About dealing with a lot of the things that they deal with in the storylines, and yeah, I like Trainspotting 2 quite a bit. Do I have a PS4? I have access to a PS4 in the house, but it's not mine. Doctor Strange was boring. I liked it a lot because it kind of reminded me, like the first part where he gets into the car wreck and everything, he gets his hands bashed up, and that really reminds me of a lot of like the setups to, like I want to say like the Manster type of movies, or any of those sort of horror movies where the doctor becomes like one of these horrible monsters because he can't be a doctor anymore, or the scientist has some accident and he can't, or like a Dr. Phibes type of movie. That's kind of like the beginning of it really reminded me of that. And then it kind of went on into this sort of hippie meditation-y, where his spirit powers are kind of coming from, you know, this universal energy thing. So I really enjoyed Doctor Strange a lot more than I thought I would. And I'm not a huge superhero movie fan, but I liked a lot of the visuals. I liked a lot of the music cues that they used. I liked a lot of the sound combinations. That's a lot of where my enjoyment of something will come out of. Do I like what I'm hearing? Because my eyes are so weird. I have some weird things going on with my vision. So. Yeah, I need some creamer and Kahlua. Kahlua is alright. Kalua's alright. It wasn't bad. My personality lends itself more towards Doctor Strangelove. Have I seen Doctor Strangelove? I don't know if I've seen Doctor Strangelove. I'm gonna have to. There's like all those old. There's a lot of those old movies I haven't seen. I've seen a lot of like obscure ones. I've seen like The Trip. I've seen like. I've seen like. What the crap is the name of it? The one where one of the movies that the Electric Hellfire Club sampled for one of their LSD songs. Bombville Dr. Phibes is such a great movie. It is. It is such a good movie. Give me a Caucasian. Yeah, Dr. Phibes was good. You gotta tune down to play the Dr. Phibes theme. The alien's name. I don't know what the alien's name was. And what? And which? Yeah, the time loop was interesting in Doctor Strange. Dr. Phibes is a good movie. See, now I gotta go back and get it. I used to have it on Laserdisc. I had both Dr. Phibes movies on Laserdisc back in the day. And I think I bought them in Boulder. There used to be a really good Laserdisc place in Boulder where I got all my... I think, Meaning of Life on Criterion Collection. I think I probably picked up the Avengers 94 movie on DVD there used. I picked up a lot of weird, obscure stuff there. Catch you another time. I need to go for now. That's no problem. I'm probably gonna wrap it up in like 7 minutes. We don't want to go more than 2 hours, even though we got like 18 people watching, which is amazing. And thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching. These are really fun. I enjoy doing these sort of hangouty streams. I was gonna play more guitar as I talked, but I've been just blabbing. Gentlemen, there will be no fighting in the war room. That's Dr. Strangelove. I've seen clips of Dr. Strangelove for sure. That's definitely one of those movies I need to watch. That and like pretty much any Peter Sellers, right? The only Peter Sellers I remember seeing, the only Peter Sellers I kind of remember seeing is I Love You, Alice B. Toklas, which is kind of a hippie movie. It's a nice guitar. The cowboy riding the bottom. Yeah, this is an okay guitar. It's not like super. I have a fear that I'm going to damage an expensive guitar, and I did a lot of research, and I just kind of fell in love with the way these look. So I fell in love with the shape and the style, and LTD make really good guitars anyway. It's an ESP LTD. I don't know. It's not super heavy. It's really easy to maintain. It's not overly complicated. It's just a rhythm guitar, which is fine. That's all I need. I just need something to kind of kick around with that I don't feel like I'm going to destroy if I accidentally drop it. Which I have. I've definitely hurt some strings by it landing face first, and I've had to change a string on the fly a couple times on it. Looks like a guitar that would have a blaster sword on the end. It would. Yeah, it does need it. Or like Ace Frehley used to have the fireworks coming out the guitars back in the day of Kiss. Had Dr. Strangelove on DVD 3 years ago. For 3 years I've never watched it. Sold it when I needed a few quid. I regret not seeing it whilst I had it. That's like me. I have Cuckoo's Nest on DVD, which I haven't watched on DVD, but I have watched it. I've never opened it. I've got a few I've never watched. Am I in a band? I am not in a band. If anyone wants somebody who is crap at guitar and can sing a little bit, like you can sing big band stuff. You need somebody to sing Judy Garland songs? That's me. Like the guy in Mad Max. The guitar player guy in yeah, that's cool. I like that. The guitar player in Mad Max was cool. Still ironing? I got a message. Still ironing. I'm assuming you mean streaming. Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I won't touch Somewhere Over the Rainbow. That's Judy's song. That's the only one I won't touch. But yeah. So I think it's been about 2 hours. What we say we wrap it up. I'm sure who else is streaming now? Everybody's probably streaming now, right? Everybody and their mother is probably streaming. Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I won't sing that one. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. These are really fun. I like doing these. I don't know if I can talk for 2 hours straight. I need to build my voice back up. But it feels like my voice kind of starts going quieter and quieter when I talk, because I talk really loud. See you later at the Power Hour. I will try to be on the Power Hour if I don't go nuts in the first place. Oh, holy crap, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. And if you guys haven't subscribed to the Nerdrotic channel, definitely go and subscribe to Nerdrotic. And I don't know why my pop-up is not working all of a sudden. It should be working. Sometimes it's delayed. Sometimes I'll see it before the chat. There it is. Sometimes it's like right as I see it, and sometimes it's not. The Power Hour, it's something that Doomcock has on his Patreon for his Patreon people, where you it's just kind of a hangout thing where people can tell jokes or rant or have the spotlight or sing or whatever. And I so far I think I'm the only person other than Doomcock who has sang on one, but he had to cut his short last week for the High Council, the High Counseling 2 Electric Boogaloo. And yeah. You should do a 5-hour live stream. Maybe. I've done like really long streams with gaming for like Extra Life for charities and stuff. Yeah, we've done some live streams that are long. I can see you a Power Hour, hopefully. Well, hopefully, yeah. It's definitely for any of the Doomcock Patreon people. I am working on my own Patreon right now. I feel so weird working on my own Patreon though, because it's such a thing. Like I don't know what you guys would want, and I would really want to like do stuff for you guys. I would really want to do exclusive stuff. I was thinking about doing like an exclusive podcast sort of thing and exclusive Discord hangouts where people can kind of get on mic with me and either game or stream or whatever. So those are kind of some of the tiers, polls, sort of things like that. Don't part of the gig. I know. I just feel I feel like I need to figure out what I need to give back to you guys, because you guys have been like so amazing and supportive with the whole changeover, and I've had just such amazing positive feedback when I said, you know what, we're just gonna talk about stuff. We're just gonna vlog. We're just gonna do all this good stuff, and and it's you know, it's very humbling. I mean, it means a lot to me, and I don't know how to thank you guys. So I want to do something on Patreon or something for everybody, but don't want me to saying trust me, I'm talented in other ways. Just give that pork over your shoulder. Just give that pork over your shoulder. It looks tasty. I like my porgs. What? I've got 2 of them. You can't see my other one because my warlock's in the way. And I pulled out my warlock on another stream, and it got some pretty nice reviews. Maybe I'll bring out the Martin. You guys can actually probably hear it. Next time I get paid on YouTube, I'm probably gonna get some guitar strings for it, because I want to go a little lighter gauge. But send me the Batman DVD set. Oh, that's gonna be impossible to replace. Have you seen all those? I haven't seen all of them in the set. I did watch them all as a kid, and I watched them all beforehand. So I watched them all when they were airing them on TV. I don't remember the channel. It was like some weird channel. I keep hearing about him, but I haven't seen him. Oh, on Doomcock? Yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed to Doomcock, let me drop some links of some channels, because there's a lot of really good channels here. Let me see who's alphabetically first. Well, we already dropped the Frankie G link. Let's see, here's the Midnight's Edge link. If you guys haven't subscribed over there, definitely give them a sub and like all their videos and worship them. They are amazing. Same thing over here with Nerdrotic. Who else am I forgetting? Number 75 is first. And there's the Nerdrotic link. So if you guys want to check out the Nerdrotic podcast, they have a great chat community. They do like live, they do hangouts, they have, you know, just a really amazing group of people over there. They know their crap when it comes to like what's going on TV right now. They're very much, they do all kinds of reviews, pretty much episodic, as soon as the show airs, where they go in and they talk about the episode, but then it kind of always goes off into something else, and they're really a great community. You're kind, oh no, you guys have been really amazing. So anything I can do to kind of widen everybody's community. I mean, it's not a competition. We're all kind of in the same family of YouTubers, where we all kind of have similar interests and similar stuff. But let's go, Ryan Johnson. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. It is right at the 2-hour mark, so it's a good time to wrap up. And thank you guys so much. I will see you guys probably tomorrow. If I do a stream, it would be tomorrow evening if I stream tomorrow. If not, I'll try and get some sort of video up. I try and do in the weekdays every day. But thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys later. Bye!